Everyone loves free stuff, and Hoyoverse's latest free-to-play adventure is finally here. Here's everything you need to know about Zenless Zone Zero. Zenless Zone Zero takes place in a post-apocalyptic future in the last surviving city of New Eridu. The rest of civilization fell victim to the Hollows, spherical supernatural disasters that appear out of thin air and swallow everything they touch. Due to unknown influences, time and space move differently on the inside of Hollows, and because of their puzzle-like layout, it can be easy to get lost in one. Despite being located right beside Hollows, New Eridu has managed to persevere thanks to the excavation of a rare, mysterious substance that grows inside of the Hollows, known as ether. Ether is both a gift and a curse. On one hand, it has helped this miracle city grow. On the other hand, it is highly corruptive and can cause mutation, transforming people trapped inside the Hollow into a deadly creature called an ethereal. This is why civilians are advised to stay away, and only specific personnel with access to Hollow maps are sent inside. The main organization for this is the New Eridu-backed Hollow Investigative Association. But there are other, less official ways of exploring the Hollows by using expert guides called proxies. In ZZZ, you play as one of two proxies, Bell or Wise, a sibling duo that are secretly the famed and uniquely skilled Phaethon. They also own a video shop called Random Play. However, this is just a front for their illegal proxy business. So congrats, you're breaking the law. Zenless Zone Zero is an action role-playing game that features real-time combat with some roguelike elements sprinkled on top for extra flavor. As one of the protagonist's siblings, you'll be guiding agents through the Hollows to complete missions for their respective factions. At launch, these factions include Bellabog Heavy Industries, Cunning Hares, and Victoria Housekeeping, to name a few. Each faction has their own motives and backstory to make them unique, stories that will unfold as you get to know them. Some of the agents available at launch include Billy Kid, Ellen Joe, Nicole Demara, and Piper Wheel. In total, there have been 18 agents announced at the time of this video's writing. Parties in Triple Z consist of 3 agents at a time that you can swap between freely. The composition of said parties is crucial to your success in combat, as each agent has their own fighting style and attribute. Finding combinations that work best for your playstyle and the situation you're in are worth paying attention to. Some examples of these differences are Billy Kid is an attack character with the physical attribute, and Nicole Demara is support and ether. Each agent in Triple Z has a basic attack, a special attack, and a charged attack when the basic one is held. Some other ways you can beat up the enemies include dodge counters, attacks that are pulled off right after a perfect dodge, and chain attacks, attacks that are triggered after hitting a stunned enemy with a special attack. Enemies can be stunned by building up their yellow daze meter. Characters also have ultimate abilities that build up from using chain attacks, dodge counters, and more. Ultimates are shared between characters, meaning if you trigger it with one member of your party, you can't switch to another character and trigger theirs. Aside from the game's main story and side commissions, you can also expect to spend plenty of time in these modes. Resource/boss stages, where players spend battery chargers, aka stamina, to clear a boss stage and obtain resources and materials. Rally commissions, a weekly mode that consists of combat challenges including a weekly stage. Then there's the endgame modes that include Hollow Zero, a roguelike game mode that is similar to the simulated universe in Honkai's Star Rail. This mode resets weekly and has its own progression system. Lastly, there is Shiyu Defense, a 10-stage challenge similar to Honkai's Memory of Chaos that must be completed in a set amount of time. And when you're not drowning in all of those combat challenges, you'll be wandering around the streets of New Eridu. Agents are controlled in the Hollows, but New Eridu exploration is when you get to take full control over Bell or Wise. There are places to go, such as Lumina Square, 6th Street, and even their apartment above the Random Play video store. You can help out Bang Boos, find mini cargo trucks, or just ask Officer Meow Meow for some advice on where to go next.
Are you too willing to contribute to New Eridu's well-being? Very
There are also events that will pop up in areas that you can attend with one of the agents. These opportunities to hang out improve your trust with that agent, which can have ripple effects on interactions with them in other parts of the game. Zenless Zone Zero is releasing for free on July 4th, 2024 for PlayStation 5, iOS, Android, and PC via the Epic Games Store and the Hoyoplay launcher. There are currently no plans for a Steam release. Depending on when you're watching this, the game can be pre-downloaded starting July 2nd, and pre-registering will get you a handful of goodies. These rewards include 30,000 Denny, 20 Master Tapes, 5 Boupons, and 1 Agent Corinne. And there you have it, everything you need to know about Zenless Zone Zero. For even more on Triple Z, including our review and guides, stick with GameSpot.com.